You play as the wealthy but aging CEO of Feeble Multinational, a conglomerate of businesses and properties on the Hawaiian island of Honolulu. Business is tanking in industries in which it used to thrive, including video rental stores, taxi companies, and soft drink brands. This failure to innovate has led to his company triggering a stock buyout clause that threatens to put Feeble into the hands of his arch-nemesis and fellow mogul, Mr. Featherbottom. The player begins their journey to bring Feeble back from the brink of collapse by taking over every business and property on the island. Armed with the help of his son Scooter and muscle-for-hire Al, you begin to rebuild his crumbling empire by any means necessary in this over-the-top retro satire open-world game. It is clear from the first moments of Shakedown Hawaii that you are a man of questionable morals and ethics. This anti-hero perspective does wonders to the overall narrative and allows for some interesting and creative missions along the way. Sometimes you play as his son Scooter, a failing DJ who wants to be a notorious gangster and will do anything to earn his street cred. Other times you will play as Al, his Latin American enforcer who is sent on a number of property acquisition missions that are reminiscent of the early Contra games. The game is uncommonly self-aware and takes every opportunity to lampoon itself, the player, and the relationship between the consumer and capitalism. You reclaim your former glory by purchasing any and all properties on the island by conducting shakedowns in a mafia-style protection scheme. Part city management sim and part action beat-em-up, Shakedown Hawaii has a lot going for it early on and somehow manages to stay fresh long after the jokes have become stale. If you have ever played Vblank's flagship title, River City Ransom, then you will be familiar with some of the features and core gameplay in Shakedown. The game is split into two distinct styles, combining traditional top-down open-world action and a real estate city management game. Shakedown features 111 story missions, 83 mini-missions called Shakedowns, 15 side quests, and 415 properties to purchase. Every story mission has cutscenes dripping with satire and can be quite amusing as the CEO tries to rebuild his crumbling empire. Cutting corners in business is not only encouraged, but is also demanded. Taking advantage of the latest trends and turning eco-friendly gestures into cold, hard cash are just some of the many ways you will work the system as you take control over the island. You will drive a lot in this game, and this is one aspect that left us discouraged. The driving takes a while to get used to. It often feels like a burden, and less like an opportunity to enjoy our time playing Shakedown. If you run over pedestrians or engage in illegal behavior in public, the police will respond. They are relatively easy to lose on foot and in a vehicle. They can easily be defeated in combat, ultimately serving little purpose in the game but a distraction. Shakedowns are short missions that require you to visit various shops around the island and convince them to give you protection money. Successfully completing these shakedowns opens up the shops for purchase. Every quest, shakedown, and side quest help you make property purchase and eventually control the island. The city management aspect seems complicated at first, but after a few missions, you'll begin to understand its overall simplicity. A large area map provides the player with a bird's-eye view of the island and allows for quick purchasing of properties. You are given bonuses for owning all of the same types of business and creating a monopoly. Another feature that we liked was the multipliers you can add to your businesses. Based on real-life predatory marketing techniques, you can add everything from pyramid schemes, lobbyists, and even gift cards to your business to increase their revenue. Income is scarce in the beginning, but after a few hours you will quickly begin to earn enough to buy the island. This is one of the major hindrances to the game, and we wish there was more complexity in purchasing properties and city management. The 16-bit graphics assist this game, adding to the overall vintage feel of Shakedown. Anyone who grew up playing early Sega and Nintendo consoles will feel nostalgic and find themselves lost in the art direction. Cutscenes are rendered in 16-bit pixel art graphics and are vivid and often full of humor. There is a number of vehicle and NPC variations, but after a few hours of gameplay, you'll have seen them all and begin to notice the repetition. There are a number of customization items for each of your characters, including hair, beards, glasses, shoes, and hats. While this doesn't contribute much in terms of gameplay, it does offer a nice touch of customization and allows you to personalize as you see fit. There are a number of weapons with unique sounds and bullet types, but overall, they fail to excite in their use. Animations do a fair job of making the island feel alive if you do not look into them too carefully. Palm trees sway, and the roads and sidewalks are bustling with vehicles and people. The repeated use of NPCs and vehicle animations can lead to most of the island feeling the same, regardless of which part you are operating in. The sound design follows in style to the 16-bit graphics and consists mainly of generic lo-fi effects. From the sound of text bubbles to car engines and weapons, it all blends together into a jumbled arcade mess. This isn't necessarily a bad thing considering lo-fi was common in the early days of video games. More variation in the game's audio design would have served this title better and added to the overall experience of the player. One of the best features of the game is its soundtrack. Its heavy use of synthwave is fantastic and captures the spirit of the 80s mixed with some modern styles. There are a ton of tracks and radio stations for the user to flip through, which helps breathe life into certain gameplay moments that might feel monotonous and reused. Shakedown Hawaii has one of the most diverse and quality soundtracks for a release of this size and is one of the stronger assets, which help give Shakedown its style. The game runs smooth and the frame rate never dipped below 60 frames per second during our playthrough. The install is less than 200 megabytes and loads almost instantly, allowing the player to truly drop in for a few minutes at a time without much of a wait. This game is for casual gamers and doesn't have a lot of depth outside of unlocking its basic gameplay mechanics. The property management system works well, but it's much too easy to earn enough income in the game to purchase even the most expensive properties early on. Vblank needed to tweak its monetary system to allow for a more difficult experience. We encountered a number of bugs, including vehicles that have no sound effects while driving, and hearts disappearing off enemies if killed in the water. While these are not game-ending bugs, it does show a lack of overall polish in certain aspects of Shakedown Hawaii. Shakedown Hawaii launched as an Epic Games Store exclusive with a $20 price tag. While the price is friendly to the wallet, the exclusive nature of this release is less than kind. Taking part in the exclusive battle that Epic is currently waging on PC gamers is not something we appreciate and earns Vblank a review penalty for this anti-consumer behavior. Combine that with the fact that we were able to complete all missions, shakedowns, side missions, and purchase every property in under 7 hours, and you have a game that doesn't deliver on the strongest value for your dollar. Shakedown Hawaii does not offer any in-game store or loot boxes, so that does add a few points into the pro-consumer category. Overall, we would recommend that you wait until the game goes on sale due to its short length and relatively easy gameplay before picking it up. Shakedown Hawaii is an interesting and often funny game that pulls at your retro heartstrings. With average gameplay and the slightly disappointing management aspect, this game sits comfortably in the middle, neither excelling or failing at too many things. Its graphics and soundtrack work well together and give Shakedown its own unique style and feel. This is a game for casual players, and anyone wanting more depth to their combat, narrative, or management system will be left feeling unsatisfied in the long run. If you are a fan of the older Grand Theft Auto games, and you want something visually unique and different from the current generation of games, then you will find some enjoyment in Shakedown Hawaii. For those looking for a challenge and variety in their games, you will probably need to look elsewhere. We give Shakedown Hawaii a score of 7.2 out of 10, which places it into the category of outstanding. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to stay updated on the latest PC gaming news and reviews. And also make sure to visit our website at stonepixel.com.